And good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to UndercoverET. Guys, I really struggled to sleep last night. I couldn't help but think about James. For anyone who thought I was just sensationalising this, honestly, I'm not. This is humanity trying to figure out what is going on with a potential person who had a potential UFO. If you think that what he was showing and what he found was fake, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. And to be honest with you, I was on the fence with it up until that incident yesterday. But the simple fact that it's made me sort of lean towards him being more credible than not is because what we witnessed there was very, very hard to sort of fake. You wouldn't even be able to think that up, honestly. And I know we didn't see a lot, but what we heard was crazy stuff. And I don't think he would have... I honestly don't think he's the type of guy to do that. Look, I mean... I pointed this out very early on when I looked at James. He's not recording to be a presenter, you know. He's not tidying the place up before he records. He's only using the one camera. He had to order a lot of this equipment in as and when the situation occurred. You know, he didn't have all this equipment ready to go. It was never his plan, and that adds credibility, you know. And also, you know, he's not the brightest spark plug in the world, but again, could someone like James think of a hoax like this and actually pull it off? I don't think so. And I'm a guy based on logic, so what I'm trying to say, guys, is I do believe something's happened to James. Now, it's been nearly 24 hours since his live stream and no one's heard a word from him, okay? I'm guessing he wouldn't have been at home. I'm guessing he would have had this object hidden away somewhere in a safe place, and the only person that will know he's there is the person who owns the land itself, right? So I'm hoping he will be found eventually, but I'm really, really concerned because, like I say, if he was still around, if nothing had happened to James, he would have told his audience by now because he's been updating you guys daily, right? So, again, not trying to stir things up. I'm just going based on logic, guys, and I'm genuinely concerned for him. There's nothing wrong with being compassionate and trying to work out what's happened to the poor guy who potentially was working on a real UFO, which is big news. So I'm glad everyone's paying attention. I'm glad everyone's showing support because just from a humanitarian perspective, we don't want to see this. You know, at the same time, this is incredible. You can understand now why maybe they haven't tried to drill into the boogosphere because you may generate a reaction like that, and we don't know what's going on. I appreciate everyone in the comments getting involved. I've obviously gone back over the video several times. Yesterday was more of a shock video for me because I just was more concerned about his welfare. Now it's been a good 24 hours. I do want to deep dive the video and try and work out what's going on here because it's all we've got to help the guy. Let's get into the video. As always, like and subscribe. I appreciate all the new subscribers. For anyone who is new to the channel, we do record and I do accept evidence that comes in from the public for UAP, UFOs, and we do analyse stuff here. I can tell you with 100% certainty, we are not alone, and we do have things that fly in the sky that are very unexplainable, and that's kind of what gave James some credibility as well, is that he's potentially holding something that we record. You know, we've seen tic-tac shaped UFOs all the time, but they just move so fast we can never get any real, you know, detail on these things. They're never just stationary. So yeah, look, I take him seriously. I take his welfare seriously as well, and I appreciate everyone who's been trying to get hold of him. But honestly, I don't know if he's at home because he's got the object there and he's always been moving that object around, right? I don't know if he would have kept it at his house. Let me know in the comments if you've been following with him closely and you probably know where it is, but who knows, guys, who knows? Let's get into the video. So I'm going to just play the video. This was his live stream. He literally has just gone live. I want to see if we get a glimpse of that area where that blue light occurs. A lot of people have mentioned it. I didn't really mention it in the last video because there was a blue light coming off his drill and I didn't really think much of it. And also, well, I'll explain, but where the light appears, it looks like there may be a tripod or something underneath. So I just assumed it was a tripod with a light on there. Maybe because he was having problems with his ceiling lights when he first brought this thing in, the ceiling lights were flickering. So I don't know, but we're definitely going to look at this in more detail. The video is playing, guys. He's literally started the live stream. and he's just got the camera stabilized and the object's there. Now look guys, first thing I'm going to say is he's not doing this to present anything cleanly. He is just there doing what he can with what he's got. You can see he's got like a, is that a matchstick or something, or a cigarette? He's got something on the floor there. The object isn't even central to the camera, it's just off to the right one piece. You know, he's got a bucket in the shot there, he's got something on the floor here. He's just doing the best with what he's got, and he's not thinking about tidy presentation, guys. This is not, like I said, I don't believe this is like something that he's set up and planned. This is just something he's rolling with daily. So that's where I'm at with this. Okay, here we go.
Hey guys, I'm here. I am opening it today, so we have a drill bit here. This is going to be, I'm going to start with a small hole, go bigger. Wait for everybody to get in. Wait a little bit here, but yes, I'll be drilling into it today. If it even is drillable. But yeah, tell your friends, tell everybody. Just wait for everyone to get in here because this is where I might die. So, yeah, I'll be right back.
Isn't it just ironic that he says that? And he doesn't say it just once, he says it again when he comes back. I mean, I hope he's not, but it's been 24 hours, no one's heard a word from him. So I'm really concerned that something has happened. He doesn't seem to move the camera at any point. Just get this feeling that he's, like I say, something's happened, and we're going to try and hear and see as much as we can today. I just wanted to go through this video in its entirety, and just in case we missed anything, and then I can take everything into account. But I'm hearing that there was a shot of the area in question with the light in a previous video. The problem with that is it was in a previous video, which means he could have moved something into that area for this video, you know. And it does look like an area where he's storing stuff up, because he's got a TV box there, he's got other things there. So I don't know, I really don't know. We're going to look at it today and hopefully get some answers to some of the questions we have, and hopefully, you know, touch wood, he actually gets back online and tells everyone what's happened to him. People have said potential epileptic fit. I've known a few people with epilepsy, and I've never seen anyone look at a bright light and then they're out. Never. I've seen people, you know, look at flashing lights and suddenly they lose all vision and they just have to follow the dot that they see, otherwise they'll fall over. I've never seen anyone pass out like that though. So I'm just not, I don't think it's epilepsy, to be honest with you. And you can hear the electrical currents and stuff. It just doesn't add up. There's something else going on. Also, someone said that it looks like he landed on his phone. I'd have to agree with that. I think it looks like he landed on his phone. We'll go into that in more detail as well. Not a lot happening right now. Just going to forward it on. See guys, not at any point have I seen him move this camera to look that direction. And we've still got quite a bit of the video to go through, so I just want to double check. Okay, it's coming back in now. I can hear the door.
Alright guys, I see we're all doing well here. Waiting for some more people to come in. But yes, I'm going to be starting by drilling a hole in it today. You haven't missed long, just Gus. I've barely been here. I don't have to use starter punch if I'm drilling in the engravings themselves. Party time? It is party time. Gonna go make something to eat, but I will be back. I'll let this go for like maybe 30-ish minutes before I start opening it. Just so everybody who's in here who wanted to be can watch it. So, yes.
Again, that, without him realizing it, that adds credibility to what he's doing, because he's not trying to convince anyone to stay in the live chat. He's not trying to keep people engaged in order to keep them in. Do you see what I mean? Which is what you'd have to do normally if you're looking to make money. You're just going to keep people engaged as long as possible and show them as much crap as you can, you know. And he's not doing that. He's going, I'm going to get something to eat. We'll give it some time for people to get in, give them a fair chance to see what I'm about to do. See you in a bit. It's up to you whether you watch or you don't, whether you've got the patience to sit there and wait or you don't. And that's adding credibility to what he's saying, what he's showing, what he's attempting to do. This is just from my opinion, guys. I'm an analyst of UAP evidence, but I'm also 20 years salesperson. I'm quite good with body language. I can see people's intent before they've even attempted to make the intention. So that's why I wanted to give James time of day, which is why I was trying to update you guys on anything crazy that was going on with him prior to this. And now this has happened, it does just go in his favour. Unfortunately, I wish it hasn't happened, but now it has, and I think that something has happened to him. It's actually gone in his favour in terms of credibility, because obviously he wouldn't want anything to happen to him, and I don't think he's geared up for, I don't know, I mean, straight away I think to myself, if I cut this open, what am I expecting to find? You know, and if I find something, what am I going to do about it? You know, so he's got no preparation at all, like, if should anything happen. I personally wouldn't have done it. I said it in my previous video, I definitely wouldn't have damaged this thing. And so anyone who advised him to do that, it wasn't a good idea. At the same time, I don't know what it would take for people to believe him, but this, like, obviously his life would add massive credibility, right, for any doubters. So again, I've not seen this I've not had this object in my hands. None of us can say for sure, you know, what's really happening here, but it's looking more and more likely, in my opinion, that he's something's happened to him. Just ticking it over now, guys. It's coming back.
Right, guys, I'm back. I'm just trying to find some gloves here, and I was about to eat this grapefruit when I thought about sharing it with you guys. Look at that. Look at that, the shape of that thing. What do you guys think about that, huh?
Peachy.
Anyways, I'm gonna eat this, find gloves, then I'll be back down here and we will open this thing. Stay tuned.
Again, not doing anything to hold the crowd. He's just patiently waiting for people to join if they want to see it. Walks away again. Again, this is not a tactic of a content creator looking to make money. This is just someone who's just doing what he's got to do. You know, respect to that. I know he's used this room before. I've seen these cylinder blocks, or these concrete blocks before. So he's definitely moved this object around a few different places, and he's used this place multiple times. Not sure whether it's his home or somewhere else, but I'm hoping someone knows that he's there, and someone knows his spots so they can find him sooner rather than later. And guys, if you do know James privately and you're watching this and no one knows that you know him privately, could you just update me with his progress if you have found him, just so that we can update the world with the result of what's happened here. It's really, really important that the world know what's happened to James, because if this is a real thing, we've got a right to know, right? We've got a right to find out what this is, and if anyone else comes across anything like this, what you shouldn't do with it, for sure. We shouldn't waste whatever's happened to James. We should try and make good on his research and try and make good on his courage, I believe. Again, I don't know, I'm not 100% certain, guys, that something has happened to him, but I'm nearly there. It's just a matter of probability and logic at this point, that brings me to this conclusion. So I get it, guys, if you still think this is a hoax, but honestly, let me know in the comments what makes this a hoax for you, because I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it, guys. There's a reason why I reported on this in the first place. I know some people are like, look, Rob, don't damage your credibility. I'm not, because if he's hoaxing, I'm going to call him out and rip him to pieces, as I would anyone else. But at the moment, we're dealing with an unknown. How do you debunk an unknown? By showing something similar. That's all we can do, and that's not definitive enough. It's not definitive enough.
Alright guys, it's showtime. Can I take this drill? We're gonna see what we can do here.
I wish I was in the live, because I would have been screaming, do not drill it. The water, not harmful. The fire, obviously not harmful. Wasn't going to penetrate the object, no effect. The moment he drills into it, he gets the reaction, and this is really dodgy.
We're ready to go.
Guys, before we play this, once again, I'm doing this just because I'm a father as well. If you've got children around, consider the fact that they may feel uncomfortable about watching this part. The reason I say it, there are adults that have already watched this clip that felt uneasy about it. So please, if you've got kids, just usher them out of the room if you think that they can't handle this. And that's just my opinion. I wouldn't allow my daughter to watch this straight away either. So with that said, let's continue. Thing to note, there is a blue light underneath the torch here. You can see it clearly, okay? And that's creating the blue line at the top of the cylinder here. Okay, for anyone that's watched the live, I think that was probably obvious.
Can I open this? Wow, is this a bad idea?
Yes.
It does have power. It's in Milwaukee. Plus, look, it's full. Anyway, I guess we'll begin. I'm gonna go right in a hole there. Is this a good idea, guys? So over here, everybody says do it, say don't do it. Sponsor, there is no sponsor. I hope somebody will at least save this in case I die.
Twice he said that.
We'll start on one. Well, we can't put in one. I guess we'll start at 2.
Just had lunch, and
What is that?
Alright, guys, you would have seen the whole clip, so I'm not going to play it. I'm going to just go straight into analytics now, because I really want to find out and spend as much time as I can to try and help, try and figure this out. I know Polarity's done an analysis as well. I've not actually watched it, but I've listened to the comments and taken that into account. Just going to give you my own broad analysis on this, guys. So, okay, let's go back to the drill bit. This light comes on instantly. Now, it's nothing to do with the drill itself, I don't think, because it's got one blue light and it's clearly shining brightly here, and then that brightness is that light is pushing down the object. Okay, this looks like a light that's, again, starts from this point and comes all the way out. But what's really interesting, I'll just turn the volume down for this bit. As soon as he moves the drill, you can see that there's still a blue light halfway here, and I think it's because the light is now facing here. And this is the light on the blue drill really doesn't help, because if we didn't have the light on the blue drill, we would see clearly what's going on in the background, like what's turning that light on. And I'm just not, it's like the point of the light hits it here and then travels down. So it almost looks like it does come from the drill, but it's still there, right? And also James says, what the hell is that? And he turns round, probably because the light shines. Let's just watch the clip again. Okay, next interesting part. So the light looks like it comes on, okay, because whilst he's drilling, he's got the blue light coming off of the drill. That's already showing across the object, okay. So now we've got a second light below that light, which shines and appears to stay there, okay. And then when he turns round, this light is staring right at him. Now, from what I'm told, there's no window here. Doesn't even look like there's a doorway. It looks like the area in which he's putting stuff to store. So we've got like a TV box. Looks like we've potentially got like a rack of some kind that just for holding stuff. Maybe there's a toolbox here. Maybe like a square box here. There's a white plastic. There's a clear plastic container here. Looks like there may be something inside that container. Looks like a massive roll here, another box. There's a lot going on here, but this looks like his storage space, guys. Initially, when I looked at this, I didn't think much of it, because it looks like also there could be a potential tripod here, like a stand. I'm just going to see if we can pick out a really focused moment. Also, guys, I'm a bit freaked out because I was just looking here at this stand. It looks to me like there's a pole here and a pole here holding up a very bright light. That's what it looks like to me. But then, as you go frame by frame, he looks up. This is his realization moment. Something's going on. Bro, what? I'm trying to work out, because I can see something like a dark object here. I can also see a silhouette of something here, right underneath the light. Can you guys make that out? Looks like a silhouette of something. So that's probably the clearest shot right there. Looks like you can see something on the rack of... On this rack here, there's a box. And then there's something else behind here. Okay, so that's what's playing with the image and making it look like something crazy. But it's definitely... There's something black in front of whatever's on stacked up here. So this black object here, this looks like a stand, and it's directly below this light. And maybe he's got like a mini floodlight in there just to brighten the place up, because maybe he's having problem with his ceiling lights, right? He was having problems in the first episode and second episode that he was in this room. So for me, that's a tripod with a light on it. But why does it come on? Why does the light even come on? And again, he's had issues with lights going on and off. So let's just go back to this moment. So you can see here clearly, guys, you've got one blue light, and to be honest, this looks like a thick blue light. Okay, it's blatantly coming off of the drill because you've got the blue haze here. But then this one appears, and again, I'm unsure, because it looks like the shiniest point of light, the origin of the light looks like it's hitting the object here and then running down. You see what I mean? And again, is that just another blue light that shines up? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Or is it the blue light in question behind him? Now, when that goes on, straight away he realizes something is up. Look.
What is that?
What the hell is that? Now, and again, guys, I know it's hard to watch. For some people, I get it. For other people, it might be nothing, but for some people, it might be hard to watch. So we'll take it. We'll take it in our stride, guys. Going back to this light, I'm just, again, trying to pick this apart bit by bit. The focus is there. The focus is best there. I'm going to take this image. I'm going to see if I can pick it apart, guys, because and you can clearly see where I just highlight it there. He's got shelving. He's got, looks like upright. Looks like a tripod of sorts. And it's, let's look into it, guys. This is I'm just trying to get some kind of, I want to know what's back there. I'm trying to pull the light away from what's back there, guys. That's all. If I can help it. Yeah, a few contrast changes and a zoom in, guys. I'm trying to see if this is a tripod here directly below the light, and it looks like there could be a stand here, right? Looks like there's something on the shelf here, a box, and then you've got other things stacked up here. I'm not too sure what this is, right? I'm trying to work out what these two things are here. Obviously, it's not the clearest. It's a strange one, guys. It is a strange one. And if we try and keep it more realistic, keep it to what it looked like, which was blue, right? it's really difficult, guys. Really difficult to get anything from it. Again, just going to go to work and see if we can get... There is like a dark object here as well. Not too sure what's going on. He's got a lot of junk there, guys, and you know, it looks like it's a storage area. You know, highlighting what's there. Have a look at this area here. Have a look at these two objects here. Is this thing just... Did this thing just turn its head? I need to know what's behind here. I may need to check previous videos to see if there's something behind here to eliminate this possibility. I'm not sure if my eyes are just playing with me, but is there two figures here? And one's just turning its head to look at the other. Because they're not really there. And then they, you know, like you look at the clip, there's sort of something here. And then boom, like then you see something really like there. Let's get the whole thing. Let's get the whole thing. You see? The problem with going back over like I say, older footage is you can see what's there, but if there was nothing there before, or if there was something there but not as much stuff on the shelving or whatever, it's hard to know, right? Because this is a different day, and it wouldn't, even if I looked and there was shelving there, the only thing that would explain this is if there was something there that looks similar to this. I'm not sure what's going on, but it does look like this. Joe, I don't know, you know. The more I look at this, I'm just on the fence with what this is. Is this a tripod? I thought it was initially. I thought, oh, there's a tripod or something back there. He's got like a floodlight or something lighting up that area because it looks quite dark and dingy. But now I just don't know, guys. We're going to have to look at that in more detail. It was very brief. I'm going to now just play you the rest of the clip.
No, I'm sorry.
Some people said that they thought he landed on his phone. He might have done, because during the rest of this live stream, we get little flickers of sort of, not bright light, but it looks like the screen lights up briefly in moments, and that might be where his heart was still ticking over, or he may have moved slightly. If he was laying on the phone and he had any kind of movement to him, that may cause fluctuations in light. And I'll show you what I mean. You see this here, it's sort of lightening up and darkening. really concerned. Really concerned, but also, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? No, I've been over the whole rest of this live stream, guys, and all we're getting is just this, a dark screen that occasionally lights up a little bit. That's all we're getting, and it just finishes, I guess, when his phone dies on battery. So I just want to take us back to the moment.
What is that? No, I'm sorry.
It sounds to me like he turns, he sees something, they instantly deal with him, so there's no threat, whatever that is, and then when they deal with him, it's like he takes this massive gasping deep sharp breath, and then it's just like he goes into a bit of a death growl, like the body can make that noise, and it's kind of like the body shutting down, the air leaving and all that stuff. It kind of sounds like that, and that's what I mean. Like, I don't think James is, without being too disrespectful, because he seems like a really nice, genuine guy, but I don't think he's planned any of this. I don't think he's thought any of this through. He's just taking it day by day. Like I said, he's not there for presentation. He's had to buy certain things that people have recommended, and then do the testing, right? Some people have said that whatever this is has fried the equipment around him and fried him, and I really get the feeling that it's like some type of radiation. I don't know, guys. If there was beings in there with him in that moment and they took care of business, God knows what they've done with James, honestly, and their object. I'm assuming it would be theirs, right? The reaction, this mechanism, whatever it is, it reacted to that drill. He's done various tests on this object. He's tried fire, he's tried water, he's tried the magnet tests, nothing of which was really harmful to the object. But the moment he tried to penetrate it, this happened. So again, is it coincidence? Is it hoax? I don't think it is. I don't think it is a hoax, guys. And that is literally how it ends. It just finishes after, how long have we got here? It's a 50-minute video nearly. He shuts off at 21, 22. It goes on for over 30 minutes. It goes on for like 37 minutes before it cuts off, which means his phone probably just died. Really concerned for you, buddy. Really concerned. Alright, guys, so I've enhanced the image just to see if we could get anything from this, and this is as close as I'm getting. And you can see here where I thought it might look like a face of some sort. But it's just not enough. I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But at the moment, I'm on the fence. I'm really on the fence as to what this is here. I'd love to know if this is a tripod. If he had like a floodlight set up in there. he's definitely storing stuff without question. But what we also need to know is what happened to him. Was there something in there with him that just appeared and took care of business? There are many objects in this room, guys, but God knows what they are. It could be anything. It's a mixed bag of, you know, storage and equipment, tools. We really need to work out what the hell this is, though. Just don't know, guys. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. Has that part of the room been seen in a previous video? And if so, can you leave the link in the comments? I'm going to do some diving myself, and likely there'll be a third video on this. All my fingers are crossed. Hopefully we hear back from James and that he's still out there. But it's been a while. No one's heard from him. I know people have emailed him, texted him. Nothing. So genuine concern. Apart from that, guys, let's keep everyone up to date with what's going on. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and let me know all your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you've picked up on something I might have missed, and we're going to go back into this, I'm sure of it. But for now, thank you so much, take care, all the best, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.